it, bro. Yeah, I see it.
Yo, nah. What the fuck?
Two investigators went back to a hunter's camp in North Georgia, where they'd experienced strange events before, trying to make contact with whatever was out there.
You gonna hit it?
Let's see if it answers. It answers.
Man, that's some kind of insanity going on.
Right? Okay.
When they knocked, strange noises responded, but the tension spiked when they heard something even more unsettling.
Whoa. That was a scream.
Yeah, that was a human scream right there. And that was loud.
Yeah.
A terrifying scream cut through the darkness. Definitely not normal animal sounds, but deep, almost human-like cries. Later, they heard footsteps crunching in the leaves and glimpsed shadowy figures lurking at the edge of their vision, just out of clear sight.
Listen.
Whoa. That's treehouse.
Yep.
Sounds like they're communicating.
As the night wore on, strange sounds continued and their gear began malfunctioning, as if something invisible was tampering with it. In the end, the investigators chose to cut their exploration short. On November 15th, 2024, a video popped up in a Rocky Mountain Sasquatch group sharing a scary Bigfoot story from 3 years back. It happened at a mobile home park near Mount Shasta, California, where the person said Bigfoot shook their trailer, growled through the window, and smashed the walls, happening not just one night, but 2 in a row. When she stepped out of the trailer, she saw a pair of glowing eyes watching her from the shadows. Later, her companion spotted a tall, dark figure moving nearby. Some skeptics say it might have been a bear, but the growl and the shadowy figure didn't match normal bear behavior. This area is known for strange sounds, and Mount Shasta has a history of Bigfoot sightings. Could this have been a real encounter? A lone hiker was deep in the wilderness, enjoying the quiet and losing track of time. After hours of walking, he reached an area thick with pine trees and heard heavy rustling, something large moving through the brush. Thinking it might be a big animal, he grabbed his phone to record, but what he captured was far more chilling. It was no ordinary animal. What do you think? This footage shows a 28-year-old man from Pennsylvania who went for an evening walk with his dog in the Appalachian Mountains. Suddenly, he heard strange noises, and his off-leash dog got scared and ran into the forest after the sound. The man searched for the dog for 2 hours but couldn't find it, and eventually filmed this video. He made it home safely, but his dog was never found. It's still unclear what exactly the video captured. A streamer was hiking through the forest with his uncle, filming their journey back when his uncle suddenly froze and pointed deep into the woods. The streamer zoomed in and caught a glimpse of something unusual.
See it behind that tree right there? Yeah, I see it. Go get the got to get the No, you go get it. Let me keep it on camera. Wait a minute, hold up. I don't know what the it is, man. It look like a damn bear. What is that? I don't know, but it's moving though. Hell yeah, I wonder what is that, man? It's like a damn bear, man. Man, look at it. See it, boy? Yeah, I see it. I see it. What the is that? I tell you what. What is that? Go take the sergeant look. Let's sergeant get. Go get the pistol. Go look under the seat and get. Look up under my seat. Which one? Look up under the pickup seat. Get the pistol. Come on, the truck. Yeah. I don't know what the is, man. Oh my God. This is real, man.
What made it even stranger was the way it moved its hands, almost like it was signaling to someone or something that couldn't be seen. What could it have been? Reddit user Waldenville shared this footage, which shows something quite unsettling. A chilling scream rang out in a remote Canadian forest, prompting many viewers to speculate that it could be Bigfoot. What might be hiding in the shadows of this otherwise peaceful area? Jordan and his friend explored an abandoned resort in the Catskills, New York, known for ghost sightings and strange occurrences. Once inside, the atmosphere quickly became unsettling.
Hello? Nah. See? Yo, nah. What the? Wait. Look at.
Initially, they assumed it was just a mannequin, but it appeared to shift slightly. As they approached, they heard distinct footsteps echoing from outside.
God, we're not trolling. There's someone standing. Imagine it's not there.
They decided to leave, realizing that with the resort's dark past and rumored mafia connections, some places are best left alone. This guy was out hiking in the forest when he suddenly came across this.
Oh, come on inside! Hi!
A huge creature loomed over the brush with broad shoulders, long arms, and a strong, determined stride. Could this really be a real encounter? A group of kids was exploring a quiet forest trail when their adventure suddenly turned terrifying.
Run!
A huge figure suddenly appeared at the edge of the trees and charged at them with full force, showing no warning or hesitation, pure aggression.
Run!
The video shows the kids panicking as they sprint away, screaming. The creature is massive, bipedal, and clearly aggressive, defending its territory. running was the smart move. Survival beats filming when something that big charges at you. A Reddit user said they recorded a strange groaning sound deep in the woods. The uploader believes the sound was from Bigfoot, coming from the same spot where he thought he'd previously seen the creature. The brief audio clip caused a stir online, with reactions ranging from intrigue to doubt. Shortly afterward, the uploader went silent, claiming that undercover police had visited him. While hiking the Appalachian Trail, a man stopped to film, unaware he was about to capture something truly terrifying.
Yo, these trees are crazy. Hello?
The scream was so vivid and intense that it left him questioning if someone truly needed help. But what was it? A person in distress, or just a wild animal making an unusual sound? Two friends were out camping in the woods when they stumbled onto something they definitely weren't expecting.
Vamos ver essa parte. Bem-vindo com a semana que eu tive.
Muito. I andar drum. I andar
Tu
drum.
mă știu cu telefonul ăsta și am pula mea că te vede că o filmezi.
Bă, pula morții. I andar drum.
Să uită, handicapatul vrea.
While camping in the woods, two friends came across a bizarre creature with freakishly long arms and legs. It wasn't wearing any clothes, which made the whole thing even creepier. One of them started recording, but the movement nearly caught the creature's attention. Willie was camping by himself when the silence was suddenly broken. He noticed a man standing among the trees near his campsite. The stranger didn't say a word, appeared only for a moment, and then disappeared back into the woods just as quickly as he came. No one else was at the nearby campsites, and Willie hadn't seen anyone else on the trail. The stranger didn't act like a fellow camper or say a word. It felt off. Uneasy, Willie decided to leave soon after. A woman and her husband went into the Appalachian Mountains to capture footage of mysterious drones reported in the area, but their outing took an unexpected turn. Suddenly, a chilling scream echoed through the trees, loud, distinct, and eerily human-like. It left them questioning whether it was a person in distress or just an animal making an unusual sound. In 2020, a highway camera in Washington caught footage of a large, upright figure moving through the snow along a tree line. Its size and movement matched classic Bigfoot descriptions. Around the same time, locals reported seeing strange creatures at night, making the video even more intriguing. However, no follow-up investigations were done, leaving the footage unexplained and mysterious. On June 25th, 2024, a video shows a guy checking out weird noises and movement at the edge of his property. He got closer, and what he found was pretty astonishing.
It's gotta be 9 foot tall. Hey, big fella. Hey, fella.
Many online viewers are convinced it's a genuine sighting, and the man who filmed it feels the same, sharing it to get insights or explanations. Since the video is new and hasn't been thoroughly examined, its authenticity is still uncertain. Do you think this is a real Bigfoot encounter or just an elaborate hoax? Share your thoughts in the comments. One night in the Appalachian region, a woman and her child were unsettled by unusual sounds in their yard. She cautiously stepped outside to check.
I just heard some really strange noises outside, so I'm just gonna take a quick look. I live in Appalachia, so this is probably not a great idea. What? What is that? I don't even know. I guess I'll just take a quick look.
Where did that skull go?
There's a skull there? Oh my gosh. What the heck? Why is there a skull here? Hello? Hello? Oh my gosh, I gotta get back inside.
She quickly ran back inside, locking the door, unsure if the skull had been placed there by someone or if something else was happening that night. Back in 2008, a group of campers was filming their boating trip on the Upper Mackenzie River in Oregon. Everything felt normal at the time, but later, when they looked back at the footage, they noticed something chilling hidden in the background, something they definitely hadn't seen in person. The video is pretty shaky thanks to the fast-moving river, but if you pause and look closely on the left side of the screen, you can make out a large brown figure standing in the bushes. What's unsettling is that this exact area has had multiple reported Bigfoot sightings over the years. A man driving through a well-known Sasquatch area spotted something unusual, a tree bent and pinned behind another. On its own, it might seem ordinary, but given the area's history of Bigfoot sightings, some think it could be significant. Some believe only Bigfoot could have done it, while others argue the tree simply grew that way over time, since bending too quickly would have snapped it. What's your take? Late one night, a Reddit user recorded this blurry video while in the woods. A tall, thin figure can be seen darting between the trees, moving quickly and unnaturally. Some wrote it off as a shadow, but the user argued the distant lights, about 400 meters away, couldn't create such a clear illusion. Based on nearby trees, the figure was estimated to be around 3 meters tall, though the low-quality footage makes identification impossible. Bear and Brendan spent 2 days in the Appalachian Mountains looking for the legendary Bigfoot and Mothman. While trekking through the thick forest, they came across abandoned bunkers hidden deep in the trees. The woods were silent until a strange, unsettling noise broke the stillness.
Sort of possible. Shh, do you hear that? Over here. What? What are you doing? Did you just...
Hell yeah.
What happened?
We were walking and somebody else sounded like was walking towards us first.
Really?
Something cracked, yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to take my hoodie down because I can't hear as good.
Yeah, dude, that's what I heard. Like how that stick just cracked?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened up here.
This is the bunker. Right there's the bunker. There's the hill.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Ooh,
What?
bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Hear that?
By the bunker?
Yeah, another snap behind it.
Okay, shh. Well, because I think we could find the path there, but I almost don't like turning my back on whatever is over here then, if you think something's here. Okay, just keep our ears open.
They tried tracking down the source, but came up empty. Later, the forest grew tense again as more unsettling noises echoed through the trees.
What is that sound? Listen. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Does it sound like a ton of wings?
Sounds like a dragonfly's wings flapping real fast.
But there was like a whole herd of them or something. Like this whole, like that whole patch right there. I still hear it.
Me too.
It's getting louder.
It's getting louder. I don't like it.
That is a strange frickin' sound, man. And it gets louder. Okay, start making your way back. I don't know what that is, but it's taking up a lot of area.
They never got a clear sighting or any real answers. In the end, they returned to their car safely, but without encountering either creature. In 2018, a video emerged claiming to show the elusive Honey Island swamp monster. It was filmed by Harlan Ford, a retired air traffic controller deep in the Louisiana bayou. Locals described the creature as over 7 feet tall, covered in dark gray hair, and emitting a foul, decaying smell. Its tracks are strange, webbed like an alligator's but shaped like a human's, before it disappears into the swamp mist, leaving only fear and speculation behind. In the mountains near Marshall, North Carolina, a neighbor went to record an eclipse, but ended up filming something much more unusual. It wasn't any bird they knew, and its calls really stood out from the other birds. People online were debating. Some thought it was Bigfoot, while others figured it sounded more like a gibbon. While out in the Pacific Northwest, this family spotted something strange off in the distance.
See? Don't move in there. No, there's a motorcycle. See?
I don't see nothing down there. Can't be the motorcycles, honey. There's nothing. You see what I'm saying?
What's that? What is that?
Tree.
No. You moved it, right? Right there. See it?
Uh-huh.
Look.
There's nobody there.
Look. Isn't it those people?
Can't be.
There's nobody
Not up in
down
the
there.
trees.
There's nobody down there no more. See?
A tall figure, almost 8 feet high, was seen moving near the forest edge, blending almost perfectly with the trees. They managed to film it, but the distance and camera quality make it hard to tell exactly what they caught on video. At a national park in Washington, some tourists were walking around their cabin at night, completely unaware they were being watched. Off in the darkness, 2 glowing eyes stared at them with an unsettling intensity. The strange part? The eyes didn't look like they belonged to any normal animal. What do you think it could have been? Share your thoughts in the comments. While hiking the Appalachian Trail, this woman experienced something truly terrifying. As she stood frozen, a deep, unsettling growl echoed through the forest. Even now, she can't explain what she heard. Stranger still, while she wasn't moving, the sound of crunching leaves carried on around her.
Oh my God.
It almost seemed like the crunching sound was added in later, raising the question, did she truly capture something frightening, or was it just staged for attention? This clip, shared on Instagram, opens with a breathtaking shot of the Dadifoss waterfall in Iceland. But just a few seconds in, something unusual shows up, a small dark figure climbing over the cliff's edge. Its odd, almost sneaky movements make it look like it's trying to stay out of sight. Strangely, the person filming didn't notice anything at the time and only caught it later when rewatching the video. On January 28, 2024, a family camping in a remote forest spent the day fishing, but soon a strange sense of being watched settled over them. Their attention was eventually drawn to something unusual across the river. The dark figures appeared to move slightly before vanishing, but a faint outline remained where they had been, hinting that they hadn't entirely disappeared. Xander, an experienced camper, went on a solo trip deep in the woods. He set up a tarp shelter, cooked a simple steak over the fire, and relaxed under the stars, watching lightning in the distance. But a few hours later, everything took a sudden turn.
What the hell is that noise?
From the forest came faint, human-like cries, nothing like an animal or the wind. The sounds grew louder and closer, and by morning, he packed up and left. To this day, he has no idea what was out there that night. This intriguing clip, shared on September 30th, 2024, came with the caption, "Bigfoot spotted in an abandoned building." Check it out. The clip raises questions. Why would a Bigfoot be in an abandoned building? Did it use the place as a hiding spot? Without more context, it's impossible to verify if the footage is real, but it's certainly intriguing as potential evidence. A man headed to his secluded cabin in the woods, looking for a quiet getaway, but things quickly took an unexpected turn.
What is that? What in the heck?
The sound he heard was completely unfamiliar, so he ran immediately, not sticking around to investigate. When he posted the footage online, theories poured in. Some claimed it was a skinwalker, others thought Bigfoot, while skeptics suggested it might be a moose, or even a recording played through a speaker. In the end, nobody knows for sure. A family was hiking in the forest when their child spotted something strange, a large, dark figure near the trees staring at them. At first, they thought it was a bear, but on closer look, it didn't resemble a bear at all and looked more like Bigfoot. Once they locked eyes with it, they knew they had to get out of there. Meanwhile, two kids filming a tutorial video in southeast Oklahoma accidentally captured a figure running in the background. They only noticed it days later while reviewing the footage. Some pointed out that the area was near a Bigfoot-themed festival, suggesting it could have been someone in a costume. Was this a real sighting, or just a local dressed as Bigfoot? A camper's trail camera, set up deep in a remote forest far from any town, ended up capturing something truly terrifying. The footage shows a pale, human-like figure standing completely still, staring straight at the camera while making eerie, unnatural sounds. Online, people were split. Some insisted it was genuine, while others were sure it was staged. In August 2019, Doug Teague, a resident of Hickory, North Carolina, filmed what he believes was Bigfoot. While walking his dog, he heard loud knocking sounds in the distance and went to investigate. Doug soon discovered large footprints and followed them until he came across a strange creature.
He's still up here. Or something's up here. He's moving. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
He claimed that as he approached, the creature started throwing stones at him. Later, an anthropologist examined the footprints and estimated they belonged to a creature about 15 feet tall. During a hunting trip in Georgia, a photo taken of a man revealed something unusual in the background, a pair of glowing eyes and the faint outline of a figure. When the picture was shared on X, it quickly stirred debate, with some suggesting it could be Bigfoot, while others believe it might be a mountain lion or another animal. The true identity of the figure remains uncertain. One night, a man looked out his window and saw something unusual.
I just happened to look out, and I seen the black figure standing in the woods. It creeped me out. I thought maybe it was some person, but the more I looked at it, the more I realized that it was a lot bigger than a normal person would be. And I could see that it had like beady eyes. There were no white parts to the eye. It was just solid black, and it wasn't blinking or anything. It was just staring me down.
Seeing this instantly I tell myself, we're looking at a Bigfoot.
They've frequented the house almost every night since then, in some way or another. They're very close to me at all times now. They show up right after the sun goes down, and they leave right as the sun's coming up or shortly after.
He managed to capture the creature on camera several times, but never got close enough to see its details. When he tried to approach, the creature quickly fled and was never seen again. A teenage boy was on his porch, phone in hand, preparing to prank a friend with a jump scare. But before he could, he heard rustling in the woods. Pointing his camera toward the sound, he caught sight of a tall, upright figure, covered in black fur, emerging from the trees. Terrified, he screamed and ran inside. Whatever it wasn't part of his prank. The question is, was he the one being pranked, or did he stumble onto a real Bigfoot sighting? A serene, snow-covered mountain scene becomes terrifying as the camera shifts, revealing an impossible sight. A tall, black, hairy figure standing upright among the trees, looking exactly like the classic descriptions of Bigfoot. Believers point out that the snow provides perfect contrast, leaving no doubt that this dark figure isn't just a shadow or tree stump. Its unmistakable bipedal stance is clear. Winter Bigfoot sightings are rare, but often more convincing, since harsh conditions discourage hoaxes, making encounters potentially more authentic. The cameraman's genuine fear adds to the credibility, though skeptics remain cautious. What do you think of this clip? Mo Sargi is a YouTube channel renowned for its daring, off-grid adventures and fearless explorations of the unknown. Mo has gained a reputation as a trusted guide for viewers looking to escape everyday life and experience raw, unfiltered wilderness expeditions. His videos often take audiences deep into forests, abandoned sites, and icy mountains, seeking cryptids, paranormal activity, and challenges that push the limits of human bravery.
What is up, Sergeants? Welcome back to our first winter camping video in the RV motorhome in the middle of literally...
During one of his chilling winter camping expeditions, Mo ventures into frozen forests and mountains in search of Bigfoot. Despite harsh conditions with temperatures around -5 degrees Celsius, he remains undeterred, pausing at the edge of an icy expanse to assess whether it's solid enough to support his weight.
What we're doing tonight is Bigfoot hunting. This area has had Bigfoot sightings a lot lately, and people have been talking about it. So we are actually going to be spending the night here.
Although it isn't the coldest day, Mo stays cautious. The eerie silence is suddenly pierced by a strange growl in the distance. He sits quietly for a few moments, listening intently, but the sound doesn't repeat, leaving an unsettling question lingering in the air.
Way out there. What the? Huh? That was a weird noise.
Mo speculates aloud that the growl might be a moose, but it doesn't match any sound he's ever heard. It feels primal, almost unnatural. As hours pass, his friend Chris begins building a makeshift shelter, even though they already have one. Suddenly, Mo notices something unusual in the sky. No planes should be out there. He recalls filming strange drones in New Jersey and wonders if something similar is happening now. On high alert, they scan both the woods and the sky.
What happened? You heard something?
I heard something.
What did you hear?
Several hours into their trek, Mo and Chris come across footprints in the snow. Mo had walked the area earlier, but not all of the prints are his. They follow the tracks toward a nearby trail, but the prints suddenly stop.
So look, I see footprints, I think over there.
Where?
Continuing on, but we're actually literally in the lake right now.
Whoever made the prints must have turned back, leaving Mo to wonder if they were spooked by something. He and Chris pause at the edge of a frozen body of water, debating whether it's safe to cross.
All right, let's just take it one step at a time. But just to show you guys, this is all ice.
Yeah.
We could have brought skates and skated this. Oh. Dude, that would be cool.
Mo carefully steps onto the ice to check its stability. Once assured, they move forward slowly, staying near the edge for safety. They laugh about being overly cautious, but the danger is real. Confident the water is shallow, they cross the frozen expanse step by step, joking that skates would have made it easier.
Look at this.
Next video.
Next video, skating on a lake.
While filming, Mo pans across the frozen lake and notices something unusual, a figure standing on the ice in the distance. Just as quickly as it appears, it vanishes, accompanied by a deep, resonant, and unsettling voice.
We're about middle of the lake now.
Navigating a frozen lake at night amid eerie silence and rising fear proves mentally exhausting. The snow and darkness play tricks on Mo's senses, making it difficult to stay oriented. When they return to camp, he finds something even more alarming: massive footprints by their RV that weren't there earlier.
You heard that?
The footprints are enormous, far larger than a human's, and circle their entire campsite. Mo and Chris can't understand how they missed them earlier. They identify at least 2 distinct sets of prints, making it clear that something massive has been moving across the ice.
Yeah, look at all these prints.
Oh my God.
Right by our, dude, that's right by our freaking campsite.
Oh my God.
There's the RV right there. And look at all these ones.
Whether it's footprints, growls, or mysterious figures on the ice, Mo's adventures capture real moments of fear and wonder. So, do you think this is the real deal or just another mystery? Share your theories in the comments. A man was exploring the woods at dusk when he noticed glowing eyes staring at him from behind some bushes. While many animals reflect light at night, the size, positioning, and stillness of these eyes suggest something larger and more deliberate than typical wildlife. Whether it's just a normal nocturnal creature or something more mysterious remains uncertain. Some loggers in a remote forest accidentally caught something weird on camera while working with their heavy machinery. At first, they didn't notice anything, but later, they were shocked to see a tall, dark figure in the background. In Argentina, a farmer noticed movement in his empty fields and began recording. The figure walked upright and was covered in fur, unlike any local animal. With no nearby zoos, an escaped creature seemed unlikely. After posting the footage online, it sparked debate, with some in the American paranormal community calling it Bigfoot, despite Argentina having no prior sightings. How it got there remains a mystery. A man recently shared a TikTok about a strange encounter in a Bigfoot hotspot in Oregon. While standing by a quiet lake, he noticed something odd across the water and filmed it. He says it looked like a cloaked Bigfoot, almost invisible as it blended with the surroundings. He thinks this might explain why clear sightings are so rare. Bigfoots could have a natural way to camouflage or manipulate light. The video shows a shifting figure that's hard to see unless you focus. Weird, but could it be Bigfoot? On November 12, 2024, an unusual discovery was made in the dense forests of South Garo Hills, Meghalaya, India. 2 huge weathered footprints were found embedded in separate moss-covered rocks along a riverbank. The prints looked ancient, heavily worn, and solid, suggesting they'd been there for a long time. The find caused a stir locally and internationally, as the footprints resemble those of the Mandbarong, a creature from local folklore. The Mandbarong is said to be a large, hairy, bipedal humanoid, similar to Bigfoot, believed to inhabit the subtropical forests of the Garo Hills, where the footprints were discovered. This footage, recorded in Czechoslovakia in 2015, shows a man hiking in the woods. As he ventured deeper, he heard a strange sound, something like an animal cry, but not quite a howl, bark, or growl. Listening to the sound, it was clear that it came from a large creature. Instead of fleeing, the man approached and found broken branches and enormous, deep footprints resembling oversized human feet, suggesting something very heavy. Sensing the sound drawing closer, he wisely ended his hike. When the footage was shared, theories ranged from dogmen and Bigfoot to a human-eating troll, while some suggested a natural explanation like wind currents. But that doesn't explain the tracks. Ultimately, it was fortunate he left before encountering whatever made the sounds. A Reddit user went searching for a cave in a forested area of Middle Tennessee, but came across some strange impressions in the mud. The tracks were small, almost like a child's, with toes pressed deep as if gripping the ground while walking. Many thought they looked too human-like to be from a normal animal. While it didn't prove anything, the tracks definitely sparked curiosity, with some even suggesting they might belong to a baby Bigfoot. A harvester recently caught what they say is solid proof of Bigfoot on video. The clip shows a huge, human-like figure jumping from a tree at the forest's edge. It runs left, quickly swerves right, and then disappears back into the woods. What's weird is that this sighting happened far from where Bigfoot is usually spotted, sparking curiosity about why it came out in the open. While hiking in the New River Gorge in West Virginia, Oman stumbled upon a massive rock formation that looked more like a structure than a natural mountain. From afar, it blended into the landscape, but up close, its shapes and patterns were strangely symmetrical. One part even resembled a giant doorway carved into the rock. Adding to the mystery were huge, deep footprints along its surface. Some say it's just natural erosion and coincidence, but others wonder, could something enormous have once lived here? One night, someone walking home heard strange noises near an old fort-like structure in an empty field. While filming past a lone pillar, they spotted a humanoid figure crouched in the shadows. It seemed to hide its face but locked eyes with the camera. In a sudden moment of fear, both reacted. The figure appeared ready to move, and the person panicked, cut the footage, and ran. What it was, or if it was real, remains unknown, but encountering it alone at night would be terrifying. A man in Maine was flying his drone over a remote lake in search of a fishing spot when he unexpectedly captured something unusual. Reviewing the footage later, he noticed a tall, dark figure walking on two legs near the tree line. Shocked, he returned the next morning to investigate but found no footprints or other signs. The video quickly spread online, with believers calling it possible evidence of Bigfoot in Maine, while skeptics argued it might just be someone in a costume. Whether a genuine encounter or a staged stunt, the clip certainly grabbed attention. These hikers were trekking along the Devil's Backbone, a narrow, rocky path infamous for its eerie legends and unexplained sightings. As they continued along the trail, ringing a bell, something unusual occurred not long after. For a split second, a shadowy figure seemed to materialize behind them before disappearing. The sight startled them, but upon closer look, it was only a branch creating a flawless illusion. A man gets lost in the woods and comes across a chilling sight, a hut roughly made from branches and leaves, surrounded by creepy objects like bird bones, stones, dead flowers, skulls, and makeshift crosses. While filming, he notices a figure, a woman in a dress, darting toward the trees to hide. The scene feels straight out of a horror story, sparking theories of witchcraft or ritual, though some suggest it could simply be a family seeking solitude in the forest. A woman filming from her home in the woods notices a humanoid figure peeking from behind a tree. She manages to catch a brief glimpse of its head on camera. Features are unclear, but appear human-like. Terrified, she sends her husband and their dog to investigate, but when they reach the spot, the figure is gone. She's convinced something was there, and given how it was hiding and peeking in their backyard, the encounter is especially unsettling. In early 2024, a drone on a border mission in Big Bend National Park, Texas, caught something unusual on its thermal camera. From above, the image shows a creature with white, bushy fur and distinct head and limbs. Experts who reviewed the photo couldn't explain what it was. The area is remote with no trails or human activity, and is known for local legends about a white Sasquatch or Yeti, making the sighting even more mysterious, and possibly a real Bigfoot. On May 26, 2025, a man posted a photo on X saying his tour guide had shown it to him. In the shot, one person was walking toward the camera while another snapped a picture with a flash and ended up capturing something strange. In the background, a large humanoid figure with glowing eyes seemed to stare right at the camera. Could it be Bigfoot or just pareidolia? One day, while walking around his property with his dog, the dog suddenly started barking like crazy. acting really agitated. That's when he spotted it, a Sasquatch-like creature peeking from behind the bushes. The photo he took looked blurry at first, but when zoomed in, you could make out a face with brown fur, clear eyes, a nose, and a mouth. The big question, was it just a trick of the camera, or had he really captured Bigfoot? A woman was crossing the street with her baby in a stroller when a car came speeding toward them. Take a look. Just as it looked like there was no way out, a dark figure appeared and moved them out of harm's way, leaving the stroller behind. The camera follows, revealing a man who seems to teleport or fly, carrying them to safety with astonishing speed and precision. What do you think about this unbelievable scene? On New Year's Day, 2020, a woman hiking a remote trail in Northern California snapped a chilling photo. The image shows a figure estimated to be around 7 to 8 feet tall, with a coned head and broad shoulders. Some think it could be a dogman or Bigfoot, while skeptics argue it might be a bear. But the unusual shape doesn't quite match a bear's typical narrow shoulders and rounded head. Even though the photo is blurry, it has sparked a lot of debate about whether it could be real evidence of a mysterious cryptid. Someone posted a photo online claiming they spotted Bigfoot while camping. At first, they thought it was a bear, but the way it walked didn't match a bear's. It was too far away to see clearly, so they took a photo to zoom in later. That's when they noticed the body looked more ape-like. But apes don't live in the wild there. It wasn't clear what it was, but naturally, Bigfoot was the first thought. A recent photo, reportedly taken in Texas, has stirred interest due to its vivid detail of a possible Bigfoot. The creature has a Neanderthal-like face with thick black hair, yet its eyes, nose, and mouth are clearly visible, giving it an unsettlingly realistic look. Its body is also covered in dark hair, consistent with common Bigfoot descriptions. What makes the image especially eerie is the creature's direct gaze at the camera, hinting at intelligence and awareness often credited for its ability to remain hidden. This raises the question, how does something so large stay out of sight? Is it their intelligence, natural camouflage, or both? One night, a Facebook user went ghost hunting in a wooded cemetery. While taking random photos, one shot captured something odd, a figure sitting on a bench in a family plot. The user didn't notice anything unusual that night, leaving the photo itself as the only strange evidence. While going through his late grandfather's belongings, a man came across a photo that left him stunned. It showed two tall, hairy figures walking hand in hand through snowy woods, possibly resembling a mother and child Sasquatch. In the background, two more dark shapes lingered among the trees. The photo had no date, no location, and his grandfather had never spoken of it. Was it genuine proof of Bigfoot, or simply people bundled in heavy coats? In this footage, a man out for a walk records something truly eerie. A woman was jogging through the forest, completely unaware that a massive spider-like creature was silently following her. The creature was far larger than any normal spider, moving with an unsettling grace on its long, spindly legs across the forest floor. The eerie contrast between her casual jog and the silent pursuit of this enormous entity was striking. Though the creature never caught up, it remained just behind her, always looming in the background. The woman continued jogging, oblivious to her silent stalker. Despite the chilling scene, some viewers feel the footage looks fake, leaving the question open. Is this real or simply edited? Alicia shared a photo with the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization that her friend's daughter took in central Minnesota. While photographing deer, the girl accidentally caught something unusual in the shot. 3 days later, they realized a strange figure was watching one of the deer. Since then, their German Shepherd has been unusually anxious, which they suspect might be connected to the sighting. Alicia, who has lived in the area all her life, pointed out Minnesota's history of Bigfoot reports. Could this be actual evidence, or is there another explanation? On June 16, 2024, a strange photo started circulating on Facebook. It showed a tall, fur-covered figure, but something seemed off. Its arms hung unusually low, and its body was thin and upright, very different from classic Bigfoot sightings like Patterson's or those reported in Ohio. Nothing about it matched what we've seen before, leading some to wonder, was this Bigfoot or something entirely different? A man driving down the highway noticed something strange on a distant hill, a tall figure moving in a way that didn't seem fully human or animal. Unsure what it was, he snapped a photo and shared it with the Reddit community for insight. Many commenters suggested it could be Bigfoot, but what else might it be? On May 18, 2025, a trail camera somewhere in the US captured something odd in the woods. The footage shows a tall, ape-like figure among the trees, with unusually bright eyes that humans don't have. With no native apes in the area, it makes you wonder, could it be Bigfoot? A Reddit user posted a creepy photo of their dog taken on a foggy mountain in Scotland. When they looked at the image later, they noticed something unusual in the background, an unusually large figure standing behind the dog. This led to speculation that it might be a Sasquatch, though some commenters were skeptical, saying a Sasquatch wouldn't stand out so openly without more evidence. The figure's identity remains a mystery. Harley was strolling through the woods when he started hearing odd noises and noticed a strange creature.
Again, and up on the cliff, peeking out of the brush from behind a tree, there it was. When I would look, it would hide. Luckily, I got a picture. I don't know how to explain it, but the phone I had then just...
At first, Harley assumed it was a bear because of its color, but its behavior and movements didn't match any bear he knew. Growing up in Tennessee around lots of bears, he sensed this creature was smarter and more curious. Later that night, around 9:30 p.m., he heard strange calls from the woods and recorded them, sounds he had never heard from a bear before. To make things even stranger, the creature smelled strongly of rotten eggs. The unsettling encounter stayed with Harley for a long time, and he was sure it was unlike any animal he'd ever seen. Lomar, a solo paranormal investigator from Paranormal Discovery, went with his dog Kia to explore recent Bigfoot reports around the abandoned Uniacke gold mine.
Feel really weird though. Like really weird. It's like something's watching already. Something weird is in the air.
As he made his way through the thick forest, a sense of unease started to settle in.
What is that? Yo, that's a car seat. Yo, there's a bunch of car parts. Coaches over there. Man, all of the parts are just everywhere.
The further he went, the weirder things started to get.
All right, so we got our first clue. That could be natural, but you never know in this world. The hell? Why are these all in such weird conditions? Just a bunch of weirdness. Like even back there, some of the trees are chewed up. Yo, look at the destruction here. Whoa. Again, if you guys have seen our Bigfoot series, man, in between trees, it's so odd how it does that. It's weird how, like the majority like this, jammed in between two trees, ripped completely out of the ground. Look at that.
He came across trees broken in odd, unnatural ways, and eventually reached a clearing where he decided to take a rest.
I think this is where we're gonna set up camp for the night. We're not gonna stay the full night, but maybe make a bonfire.
That's when he heard it, a faint sound coming from the distance.
It's weird, I'm hearing like off-roading vehicles, ATVs, I think, but no one's coming up. It's kind of weird.
After lighting a small bonfire, Lomar powered on his spirit box, and a creepy voice suddenly came through the static.
Please be careful here.
Please be careful here. Okay.
With his heart racing, Lomar realized it was time to get out of there.
I don't know what this feeling is. I don't know what this feeling is. It's crazy. Like it just got intense. Like either an animal's with us, like a bear or a coyote, or it's a Sasquatch. Like straight up, like I'm not joking, like my emotions are starting to run high. I'm starting to feel like something here is getting hostile. Kia's been sitting down, looking into random parts of the forest. It's trippy, to be honest. I'm starting to think that this is not an area that happened naturally. I just have it in my gut. Something here occasionally comes, and this is its habitat. I don't know. It could be a bear, for all I know, but something does come here. It's giving me that.
On his way back, even stranger signs appeared along the path. Something or someone was watching him.
I keep hearing something in here. Now keep in mind, I don't think I'm gonna film the whole way out, but I might keep it recording just so it can document anything that could possibly happen. Hello? What the? Yo, it's creepy as hell, man. Someone over here? Or something? I don't want to leave Key for too long. But something's here. Something is legitimately in front of me. I just can't see it, but I can hear it.
As he walked past the rusted car wrecks deep in the woods, he caught a glimpse of something.
There's a weird set of eyes. Yeah. Hello? See that? It's glowing. I'm zoomed in the max that it can go. It's straight up glowing.
Luckily, he and Kia made it back to the car safely. A Reddit user was driving deep into the mountains of Whitefish, Montana, near his uncle's remote property. Looking for wildlife like deer or bears, he stopped when he spotted what seemed to be a moose or elk partially hidden in thick brush. But when it turned to look at him, everything felt different. Having read about local legends like the Wendigo, he couldn't shake the sense that something unusual was out there. What he actually saw remains a mystery. While sitting in his elk blind, a hunter heard movement in the bushes and initially thought it was another hunter. As he got closer, he saw a huge, hairy creature and decided to film it. The creature seemed unfazed by him and was covered in dark fur. Late at night, a trail camera owner spotted something odd in her footage. A dark figure standing completely still, seemingly wearing a long black cloak. The image went viral on Facebook, but most agreed it was probably just a tree creating an illusion, though some still wonder if there's more to it. A thermal camera in the woods captured a Bigfoot-like creature hiding behind a tree. The creature appears 7 to 8 feet tall, covered in black fur, but with an eerily human-like posture and movements. Its origins and whereabouts remain unknown, keeping it a mystery. While skeptics doubt its existence, the footage continues to intrigue viewers and spark debate about whether it's real or a hoax. While walking a forest trail, this hiker paused to take photos of the strange-looking vegetation. Everything seemed normal at the time, but later, while reviewing the pictures, he noticed something chilling, a figure resembling a child standing alone on a bridge. Though he was open to paranormal ideas, he searched for a logical explanation. Still, something felt off. The red and blue colors in the figure didn't match anything he remembered seeing there. Nothing in that spot should have shown those colors, at least nothing visible. A strange incident was caught on video, showing a large bird seemingly suspended in midair above a street. A firefighter on a truck tries to dislodge it with a long rod, but the bird remains motionless, neither falling nor flapping its wings. This unusual scene raises questions about physics and nature. Some speculate it's a glitch in the matrix, or the bird is attached to a wire, though the location seems unlikely for such a stunt. A more scientific explanation is that the bird is caught in an updraft or wind current, allowing it to hover without flapping, though that's rare for large birds. Whether it's a natural phenomenon or something stranger remains uncertain. A year after their father's death, two brothers met before sunrise at their childhood home to reflect. One foggy morning, they snapped photos of the house and later spotted a dark figure in several shots from both phones. The property was locked and empty. Since their father had wanted his ashes spread there, they wonder if that's what they saw. The figure remains unexplained to this day. Someone on Reddit shared a creepy story from their friend's place in the Appalachian Mountains. A guest had been staying there when, for 3 nights straight, at exactly 3:18 a.m., there were 3 knocks at the door. Each time, the dogs went crazy barking. Then everything suddenly went dead silent until the next night. The whole time, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching them. Later, the friend took a picture outside the house, and even after brightening it up, a shadowy figure was still there. A hiker posted photos on Facebook taken from a hilltop in Utah, showing a dense forest below and a giant figure moving quickly along a trail. The hiker said the figure was about 325 yards away, moved silently, and this was the best shot he could get. Many think it could be Bigfoot because of its towering height and unusual movement, while others suggest it might be a bear or even a gorilla, though such animals are unlikely in the area. Its speed, silence, and the remote location have kept the figure's identity a mystery. A Reddit user visiting Ireland's cliffs of Moher in November noticed something strange in her photos. While reviewing them, she saw a tall, thin figure with what looked like an unusual hat standing on the rocks, something that hadn't been there when she took the shot. Later frames showed another odd figure on a staircase, looking out of place compared to the winter-clad tourists around it. She shared the photos online, sparking debate. Some thought it was a trick of the light. Others wondered if it was something unexplained. She never saw it in person, but the camera did, making it all the more eerie. While hiking the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, a woman stopped to snap a picture of the morning fog and sunrise. At first, everything seemed normal, but later, when she checked the photo, she noticed something eerie. A faint figure standing on the trail through the mist. She swears no one was ahead of her, and the trail was totally quiet. So what was out there that day? Skinwalkers are some of the most elusive creatures to encounter, as they can transform into any animal. The only way to recognize them is by noticing their unnatural behavior. Watch this footage for an example. At sundown, a farm owner captured a silhouette on his property. A figure of a man walking with a strange, waddling gait, screaming for help in a calm, eerie manner while moving aimlessly. This is typical of skinwalkers, whose inability to fully replicate human behavior makes them stand out. Even when they take on a human form, they cannot speak or walk properly and can only mimic the actions and voices of their previous victim. For example, if the person they imitate was shouting, that's all they can do. One cold winter night in Albany, Kentucky, a man went outside to feed his dog and came across unusual footprints near his home. The prints resembled human feet, but were much larger, indicating a creature of significant size and weight. Some skeptics suggested it could be a prank involving oversized monster shoes, while others believed the tracks might belong to a genuinely large or even sinister animal, like a bear. The true source of the prints remains a mystery. In this footage, set in a remote, misty location that makes the scenery striking, a tall, white, well-built figure suddenly appears, immediately grabbing attention. People have speculated all sorts of things. Some think it could be an albino Sasquatch. Others suggest a cloaked Bigfoot. Watching it closely, though, it doesn't match those ideas. To me, it looks more like someone in a costume, probably just trying to get noticed. What's your take? A mysterious blue beam of light has been drawing global attention, sparking questions about whether humans can now manipulate light in unprecedented ways. In the footage, a beam descends from the sky, revealing a glowing entity within. The phenomenon is linked to conspiracy theories about simulated reality or extraterrestrial influence, suggesting powerful entities might project holographic images for control or manipulation. While skeptics remain, recurring sightings continue to fuel curiosity and debate. In the video, two friends are walking through the woods when they encounter a strange sight, a face seemingly emerging from a tree. Unlike ordinary bark patterns, this face has distinct eyes, a nose, and an open mouth, appearing naturally formed rather than man-made. As the friends react with amusement, it raises the question of whether this is merely a natural oddity, or if the tree might have a more mystical or supernatural significance. During a boat ride over Miami, Florida, an observer noticed a cloud moving unusually fast, appearing and disappearing quickly. This raised questions about whether it could be advanced cloaking technology, a government experiment, or a natural phenomenon. While UFO theories suggest it might be a cloaked aircraft, more grounded explanations include atmospheric conditions, wind patterns, and optical illusions. The true cause remains unknown. A Reddit user shared a photo taken by his uncle's trail camera in southern Louisiana, showing a figure that looks like Bigfoot hiding in tall grass. The uncle, a longtime believer in Bigfoot who calls it a swamp squatch, said this was the first time he'd ever captured anything on camera. While skeptics doubt the photo's authenticity, the poster is convinced his uncle is being truthful. At Peck Cemetery in Illinois, a spot with a spooky reputation, only 2 people were present when a photo captured a large shadowy figure. Neither claimed to be in the frame. Some think it looks like a Sasquatch, with a broad chest, long limbs, and a hairy coat. But if it were real, shouldn't they have seen it? Could it have been a ghost instead? A group of friends was checking out an old abandoned quarry when they spotted a man just standing there facing a rock. He barely moved except for these weird little twitches, and he never turned around. Creeped out, they decided not to get closer and left. Later that night, another friend driving near the quarry saw someone in a black coat standing in the middle of the road, refusing to move. She had to back her car up the whole way in the dark because he just stood there. They're convinced it was the same guy, but what was he doing out there? The video showcases the shoebill, an impressive bird native to central tropical Africa. With its large, shoe-shaped bill, it may look like a creature from a fantasy world, but it is very much real. Shoebills can have bills over 9 inches long and stand 4 to 5 feet tall. They are primarily fish eaters, adapted to hunting in marshy waters, and are solitary, often remaining motionless for long periods while waiting to catch prey. Classified as vulnerable due to habitat loss and hunting, they can live up to 35 years in the wild. Their prehistoric appearance and distinctive bill make the shoebill a striking example of the animal kingdom's diversity. While filming the peaceful mountain greenery, a man unexpectedly captured something unusual, a creature resembling Bigfoot moving across an open field behind a rocky outcrop. The man who shared the footage online claimed it was his encounter with the legendary creature. However, on closer inspection, the figure appears too human. Its size, movements, and muscle structure suggest it may simply be someone in a costume rather than an actual Bigfoot. Let's break down this striking footage. It's a raw capture of the exact moment lightning hit a tree near a home. A closer look at the footage shows the lightning strike lighting up the area and seemingly revealing a figure disintegrating in midair. Some speculate this could be a supernatural event, perhaps a fallen angel or a demon meeting a dramatic fate. While walking through Stansted Forest in the UK, a man captured spine-chilling video footage. As he moved deeper into the forest, he sensed something unusual in the air and soon encountered ghostly figures, an elderly woman, a child, and other spirits whose forms were hard to identify. According to local lore, these apparitions are the spirits of an elderly couple who died tragically after accidentally stepping onto a nearby railway track. Since that time, their ghosts have been said to haunt the forest, appearing to anyone who dares to explore it. This serves as a haunting reminder that the past can unexpectedly resurface in unsettling ways. A man who recently moved into a new neighborhood for security purposes captured a chilling image. Rather than photographing wildlife, his camera recorded what looks like a ghostly figure. The cause remains unknown, leaving people to wonder whether it's a prank by locals or if he has truly moved into a haunted area. Viewers are encouraged to share their opinions and theories in the comments. On July 27, 2024 in Brazil, 2 different people recorded videos of a mysterious cone-shaped craft in the sky. The footage, presented one above the other, shows the object hovering silently. Its bright lights and distinctive shape made it visible against the backdrop of the sky. The video captures the craft from a distance, hovering steadily, while the bottom video provides a closer look, revealing more details of its structure. The sightings, observed from separate angles by 2 independent witnesses and occurring at the same time, make it hard to dismiss as a mere coincidence or a simple misunderstanding. A man walking through Ohio's woodlands heard a strange sound that didn't match any known animals like dogs, wolves, or bears. It was an eerie mix, part howl, with hints that vaguely resembled a hyena, something entirely unfamiliar. The area is famous for Bigfoot sightings, and locals suspect the noise came from a Sasquatch. Yet the reason for such a loud howl at that time remains unclear. Was it injured, or was it a mating call? The true source of the sound remains a mystery. This footage from Italy features the remarkable blanket octopus, a marine creature known for its vivid colors and distinctive traits. Female blanket octopuses possess long, cap-like webbing between their arms that resembles a flowing blanket. This adaptation helps them scare off predators and catch prey more efficiently. Observing such creatures serves as a reminder of the ocean's incredible diversity and fascinating wildlife. A man and his wife were drawn to investigate when they heard their dog barking.
Danny, come here, bud.
Danny, come here.
Come here, boy.
Now, Danny.
Get away from there.
A few seconds later, they spotted a shadowy figure in the darkness. When they switched on the lights, an alien-like being with bug-like eyes stared at them intently, seemingly probing their souls. Unsure of its origin, they assumed it was extraterrestrial. A man posted about a strange experience, saying a plane kept flying over his house and dropping small pellets on his property. Curious and concerned, he shared footage online. A gardener who viewed it mentioned a similar case in Minnesota, where planes allegedly sprayed unusual chemicals that harmed crops and disrupted farming. Others reported comparable incidents, leaving people to wonder why such activities are occurring. First, suspicious bunkers, and now these aerial disturbances. A fish is seen swimming normally, but when picked up and turned over, its lower body is grotesquely torn open, missing its entrails. Yet it continues to move. This raises unsettling questions. Is it a zombie fish affected by a parasite like a hydra, or was it gutted alive and briefly still moving? Some speculate it might even be a toy fish. What do you think? A man was at home, scrolling on his phone, when he suddenly sensed an eerie presence in the room. Looking up, he saw an unfamiliar dog, as shown on the screen. Trying to stay calm, he began filming to ensure he wasn't imagining things. The dog made a chilling facial expression that sent shivers down his spine. Seeing an unknown dog in his room was unsettling enough, but the way it looked at him made the encounter even more disturbing. He managed to get through the situation, but he believes he was visited by a skinwalker. What do you believe? Mysterious footage shows an unusual phenomenon in the night sky, with 2 distinct color tones, one darker, one brighter. Witnesses from Northern Virginia and other undisclosed locations reported seeing it. Theories range from a rare, unexplained weather event to potential extraterrestrial activity. What do you think it could be? Someone captured footage of a white, stealthy figure in the dark, resembling the creature called the Rake. The person had been hearing odd noises at midnight while alone in the area. After days of preparing to identify the source, they set up a camera, expecting to catch a break-in. Instead, they recorded something so strange that even the police didn't take it seriously. In a park at night, a man seeking solitude encountered a strange entity across the road under the shadow of a tree. The creature was seen crawling toward him, and although the camera footage was blurry, its unsettling silhouette suggested something otherworldly. While the exact nature of the being is unclear, the encounter raises the possibility of a skinwalker, leaving viewers to wonder what it was. A man filming in the woods got separated from his friend. When he finally caught up, his friend seemed off, and he feared it might be a skinwalker. Take a look.
Is that you?
Yeah, it is.
Prove it?
Prove it?
Yeah, prove it.
Well, what do you mean, prove it?
I don't know.
I've been face down in a ditch for 2 hours. I was trying to save your pony, okay?
Do you think this is actually a skinwalker, or is the man just imagining things? In this clip, a man strikes a gray rock with a metal tool, and the rock suddenly turns red within seconds. Viewers have suggested it might be a type of stone that changes color when struck, or that it contains minerals like magnesium or magnetite, which have magnetic properties. While these theories are interesting, they don't fully explain why the rock changes color. Could this be a paranormal occurrence? A security camera captured a man disappearing into thin air as a bus drove past. This could be the result of a camera glitch, but if the footage is authentic, it opens the door to more mysterious possibilities. Paranormal enthusiasts speculate he might be a ghost or someone capable of manipulating reality, while skeptics argue it could be an elaborate hoax designed for attention or amusement. What do you think is the most likely explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments. In this footage from California, an observer spotted a metallic, spiky ball floating among the trees before slowly rising toward the sky. Unlike a typical balloon, it moves steadily and deliberately, suggesting possible intelligent control. Its unusual shape and motion have led some to speculate it could be a UFO, advanced technology, or perhaps just a balloon. Many viewers initially believed a strange figure captured on footage, a fallen demon, or some otherworldly creature manifesting in our world. Paranormal enthusiasts speculated heavily about its nature. However, upon closer examination, it turned out the image was being misinterpreted. The figure was actually just the backside of a pole. The incident highlights how perspective can dramatically shape our perception of reality. This clip shows a tiny, transparent, jelly-like creature with what looks like an elephant trunk found in a water butt, a large container for collecting rainwater. The uploader couldn't identify it and is asking for help in the comments. This footage, recorded by a sailor at sea, is genuinely unsettling. It shows a young man calling out to something in the water, and strangely, every time he calls, he receives a response.
Yo, instantaneous, bro.
The phenomenon began on one side of the sea, and then seemed to move back and forth, as if a creature was alternating between sides. It kept responding to the young man's calls of, "Can you hear me? Is anyone out there?" Despite the eerie responses, he laughed and continued calling, drawing closer to the boat's edges. The behavior suggested it might want to lure him, reminiscent of sirens or mermaids. Some speculate it could be ghostly sailors or mysterious sea creatures, but the true nature remains unknown. In a forest, a peculiar creature was observed that initially resembled a normal deer, but had unusual facial features, small holes that seemed to move with each breath, giving it a haunting, almost supernatural look. Known locally as the muntjac deer or barking deer, this small cervid is native to South and Southeast Asia. Recognizable by its modest antlers, it thrives in diverse habitats, from tropical forests to areas near humans. Females usually give birth to 1 or 2 fawns several times a year. While intriguing and distinctive, its appearance can appear unsettling to those who aren't familiar with it. This clip, shot in Russia, shows strange lights behind the clouds forming triangular shapes, resembling an alien mothership. The lights move in a deliberate, coordinated way, unlike natural phenomena or regular aircraft, and the triangular pattern matches many UFO reports worldwide. In the Pacific Northwest, a video revealed a strange, tiny humanoid creature with insect-like features. While its face had antennae like an insect, its body was strikingly unusual, with 2 legs, broad shoulders, and an upright posture, unlike typical insects. This discovery sparks curiosity about hidden worlds, or the possibility of an entirely new species. This footage is truly puzzling. At first glance, the lights in the sky might seem like aircraft trails, but closer observation reveals them moving in circular patterns. While conventional explanations fall short, some speculate they could be alien spacecraft. Watch the footage carefully and decide for yourself. What do you see? Share your thoughts in the comments. A cat owner was surprised when his cat brought home a tiny, dried-up creature with long brown hair. The creature appeared mummified, with delicate, almost human-like features, tiny limbs, and detailed hair. Could it be a crafted doll, or art piece, or something truly mysterious? This 2006 footage, later released by the police, reveals a mysterious and unsettling incident in a forest known for strange occurrences. An unidentified man, for unknown reasons, entered the woods and soon found himself in danger. As the footage continues, an unseen entity begins stalking him, emitting bone-chilling screeches that grow increasingly close.
Okay, I'm not like this.
Facing an unknown and potentially dangerous pursuer, the man attempts to escape, but the camera drops, leaving his fate uncertain. What was following him through the haunted forest, and why does it seem so protective of its secrets? Some speculate it could be a supernatural being, a creature from folklore, or something else entirely. What's your take? In 2013, a passenger recorded a formation of lights in the sky, arranged in a triangular pattern. The lights initially stayed still, but later moved with remarkable precision, appearing as a single, coordinated craft. Because conventional aircraft don't normally fly in such formations, the footage sparked speculation and conspiracy theories, with many suggesting it could be a UFO of possible extraterrestrial origin. This video shows a bear demonstrating its incredible strength by breaking through a locked door. Such behavior is common when bears are attracted to something inside or associate human homes with potential food sources. The incident serves as a reminder that in areas where bears are prevalent, it's essential to secure homes properly. Understanding bear behavior and taking precautions helps ensure the safety of both humans and wildlife. The clip shows alleged alien babies sent by someone claiming to be on a secret team that cares for them. The sender stayed anonymous to avoid being discovered. Initially intriguing, the clip soon raised doubts. People discovered similar clips online labeled as silicon aliens. What do you make of it? A confused farmer discovered one morning that his sheep were missing from their pen. After searching, he looked up and saw the sheep perched on the roof of the hayloft. Since sheep can't fly or normally climb, the sight was baffling, leaving the farmer and anyone who saw it puzzled about how they got there. A person came home to an unsettling scene. Birds were flying just above his house and repeatedly dive-bombing it. The footage, captured by him, left him confused and shocked, unable to understand what was happening. Some viewers suggested the house might be cursed or haunted, while others hoped for a logical explanation. Despite the speculation, the cause remains a mystery, leaving open the possibility of a supernatural or malevolent presence. A woman shared this clip. Take a look.
That is not a goddamn airplane. Why is it so f***ing close? What?
She spotted 2 enormous crafts in the night sky. While the crafts themselves aren't clearly visible, their glowing lights reveal just how massive they are. They appear very close to the buildings, and from her tone, it's clear she's terrified and believes these aren't man-made. This sighting leaves us wondering, are these crafts otherworldly, or is there a more ordinary explanation for this nighttime phenomenon? Share your thoughts. This video shows a cryptid spotted near a town known for occasional unexplained disappearances. The creature is frightening, with a human-like body and a canine-like head, featuring a pronounced snout and upright ears. Unlike Bigfoot, it is considered deadly. It shares characteristics with other cryptids, including a human-like gait, and resembles a smaller, less hairy werewolf. Being carnivorous, humans could be potential prey. Since the sighting occurred near a town with missing people, the cryptid is suspected to be involved. Here's a weird one. A cloud was seen rolling along a metal pavement by the side of the road. Normally, clouds float high in the sky, so seeing one moving like a tumbleweed on the ground is strange. Some joked about it being the Rolling Cloud Express, or a cloud taking a break, but realistically, it could be clever camera work, CGI, or just a rare natural occurrence. Either way, it definitely grabbed attention. In this clip, a banana on a table appears to have tentacles flinging in the air. While it looks convincingly real, our in-house scientist believes it's CGI. With today's technology, computer-generated images can be so realistic that it's hard to tell fact from fiction. Do you think it's real or CGI? This footage from Atlantis shows what locals claim is a preserved mermaid corpse. At first glance, it looks confusing and even frightening, far from the graceful Disney-style mermaids most people imagine. Real-life depictions of mermaids, according to some, can look quite scary. While it's hard to verify the claims, the locals who displayed it seem convinced it's genuine, and many visitors believe it's real. The story invites viewers to share their thoughts. Recently, the night sky over Cape Town featured a striking cloud formation that drew a lot of attention. Some speculated it might be hiding a mysterious entity. In reality, it's a lenticular cloud, a lens-shaped clouds that form near mountains or other geographic features that disrupt airflow. These clouds are fairly common and usually indicate stable atmospheric conditions. Although their unusual shapes can make them seem mysterious, they are natural meteorological phenomena. Still, the sighting's unusual nature leaves some questioning if it could be something more. The woods are full of animals at night, but sometimes sounds emerge that don't match any normal creature. This footage was recorded by a man at night while he was preparing his chainsaw on a truck, when something unexpected suddenly occurred. A long, deep howl echoed through the forest, while wolves and wild dogs do howl. This one was unusually deep and resonant, with a haunting quality that stood out from typical nighttime forest sounds. Could it be a normal animal or something more mysterious hiding in the woods? In January 2017, under the cover of night, a vigilant security guard captured something extraordinary on camera. Draven, a night shift security guard familiar with countless strange occurrences, was stunned when he saw a mysterious glowing object on camera. The object gracefully moved closer, casting an otherworldly light before disappearing from view. Puzzled, Draven shared the footage online, seeking input from the paranormal community. Some believe it's a spirit orb, a vessel for ghosts or ethereal entities, while others speculate it contains ancient energies or levitating beings from unknown realms. Some even suggest it could be an alien spacecraft silently exploring Earth. What do you think it might be? This sighting originated from a Reddit post shared approximately 145 days ago. Initially, the video looks ordinary, a straightforward recording made by the user following a camping trip with her boyfriend, capturing their calm, empty campsite and their time spent in the wilderness. The original video lasted 6 minutes, but was later cut down to just 28 seconds. It's in this brief clip that something very unsettling appears. When slowed down, a dark, shadowy figure can be seen swiftly moving across the frame from right to left.
Trying to go with me to the right?
The motion happens so quickly that most people don't notice it at first, but once you do, you can't unsee it. It's not caused by lighting effects, nor does it resemble any animal. So what exactly did the camera capture? A digital glitch, a shadow from an unknown source, or something far stranger? Luke is an outdoor adventurer whose YouTube channel focuses on camping gear reviews and showcasing that gear in action during his forest adventures. His videos are cinematic in quality and always super relaxing, but this video is different. Luke is heading deep into a remote forest, miles from any sign of civilization, for a more intense camping experience.
This is the third week straight of solid rain. There's water literally dripping from everything at the moment. What I need to do first, folks, is figure out exactly where I'm going to stay tonight. I have a tarp set up for this trip. I'm thinking this tree to this tree, with the tarp going this way. The ground here is somewhat level, more so than anything else. It's not perfect, but it will certainly do. This area here is a perfect example of real-world off-trail camping. This is what it's like. Nothing's flat, nothing's even. There's roots and rocks all over the place. This is what you will have to contend with if you want to do what I do. Off-trail, out in the middle of nowhere, far away from other people. What you need to get accustomed to is being satisfied with imperfect conditions. You may not have the best campsite out there, but take a look around. While certain areas suffer, other areas shine. And that is certainly true with this area here.
He set up his shelter for the night and cooked a meal. With the sun now gone, his shelter was the only light for miles, a small beacon in the vast darkness of the forest.
Good times. How do you all like to cook when you're out backpacking? Comment down below. By the way, there's no right or wrong answer.
Once he finished eating, he started a small fire, and that's when the atmosphere began to feel uneasy.
They are a pain to get going though. I've had to light these, relight, light again. But now they're finally taking off. I could have swore I heard something walking through the woods. Something big enough to break branches and whatnot. There are black bear up here, but that would be highly irregular for them to come this close to camp. I definitely heard something though. I just don't know what.
He couldn't quite identify the source, so he tried to ignore it, but the sounds persisted, refusing to be ignored. He went to sleep, and the night passed without incident, though he stayed on high alert, expecting something to happen. In the morning, he packed up, still left with one big question. What was out there? Footsteps had been audible nearby. Could it have been a deer or a bear? Ian, the guy behind Midwest Ghost Hunter, ventured deep into the spooky forests of Appalachia for a special ghost hunting broadcast.
Storm has passed. It should be a clear night from here on out. I can definitely feel the electricity in the air right now. And here we are. Right when you walk in, there's the first mound. Man, walking through these woods, I feel like anything could just pop out at me right now. Like, from anywhere. Bears, Bigfoot, ghosts, anything. Okay. I don't know if I'm going crazy. I thought I heard something behind me. Hello? Who's over there? I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid. I don't know, I thought I heard something.
Once the storm passed, he entered the woods with his camera rolling.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. All right. Okay, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not going crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I should try this, but I'm gonna try walking backwards because I want to see what's coming up behind me. Honestly, I don't even like walking backwards because I don't know what's ahead of me. Is there somebody out here with me? Oh my God! Holy, that scared me so bad. That was a straight up voice from thin air. It was as if somebody was standing like right there. My name is Ian. Could you tell me your name? Are you standing in this exact spot right here? Could you say something? You might not even understand me, that's the thing. Oh man, I'm getting really chilled over here. I'm gonna walk up a little closer. I'm coming towards you. I mean you no harm. Oh my God! Holy! Oh my God, something just grabbed my shoulder. Holy moly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to react that way. You just scared me. I really don't know what kind of grab that was. I don't know if that was like a hey kind of grab or hey, like get up.
Footsteps, whispers, voices, even though no one else was around. And then this happened.
All right. Okay, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not going crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I should try this, but I'm gonna try walking backwards because I want to see what's coming up behind me. Honestly, I don't even like walking backwards because I don't know what's ahead of me. Here's mound number 2. I'm actually not going to say anything this time. I'm actually just going to listen. Kinds of things over here. It sounds like voices, but they're suffering.
As he kept going, he heard multiple voices, and then he saw this.
Speak again. Oh my God! Dude, that was a face! I just seen a face! That was a glowing face!
That was all he could handle, so Ian packed up and left Appalachia. Madeline, a van lifer who shares her nomadic journeys on YouTube, described a frightening experience during one of her solo camping nights. The unsettling event began while she was at a remote hot spring, a spot she had visited multiple times without problems. On past visits, she noticed trucks coming and going occasionally, which she thought was odd but harmless. However, this particular night, things took a disturbing turn that left her deeply unsettled.
For the last couple nights that I have been at that hot spring, there have been trucks like coming and going. And I haven't thought much of it. I was like a little bit weirded out because last night there was a truck that was like kind of being weird. He would like park for a little bit and then drive around and then park and then drive around, like being really loud, and it kept waking me up. That's why I remember it so well. And he would like leave his headlights on, which are really bright out there because it's super dark. But I was like, whatever, like he's not bothering me. Then another truck comes. I don't know if it's the same person or if it's a different person, but a truck comes. I'm like, whatever, maybe this is just like what they do. So I let Athena out to go to the bathroom, and then when I let her back in, I hear like really loud talking, and I'm just thinking like, oh, like, I don't know, there's these people talking out there. But then I start to like listen to what he's saying, and he's like yelling, and he's like, are you scared? You should be scared. Are you spooked? You should be. Like, but like in a really mean voice and like really loud, because I can hear him and he's not that close to me. So he's like screaming it. I wasn't scared until he was like screaming that. I don't even know what he was talking about. Anyway, then he starts driving like a maniac. He like skirts out, and it's snowing, by the way. It's like super snowing and icing. And he's like driving all around, and he like circles around my van. Okay, so he circles around my van, and then he keeps going. And at this point, I got the keys. Like as soon as I heard it, like he was like screaming, I like grabbed my keys. As soon as I didn't see his lights anymore, I just like booked it out.
Though she couldn't see anyone, his words carried clear hostility. Then things worsened as the man drove recklessly, swerving his truck near Madeline's van on the icy roads. Feeling threatened, the moment his headlights disappeared, she quickly started her van and drove off, eager to put as much space as possible between them. Fortunately, she wasn't followed, but getting away still proved difficult.
But I was just so nervous. I just like put in the GPS like rest area and just clicked the first one that I saw. It's dark, so I don't really recognize the area. Like I tried to go back the way that I came, but I didn't really recognize where I was going. So I go 3 miles down this like random road, and there's these potholes, and I don't notice them right away, and it's too late by the time I notice them, and I bottom out so bad that my spare tire falls off of my van. And then I reach where I'm supposed to turn onto the freeway, and there's a fence. It's fenced off. So I have to turn back around.
She was driving on some unfamiliar roads at night, relying on her GPS to find a rest stop. Along the way, she hit some pretty bad potholes that made her van scrape the ground hard enough to knock off her spare tire. When she finally got to what she thought was a freeway entrance, it was blocked, so she had to turn around and find another way. Eventually, she made it to a rest area where she could safely park for the night. The whole experience shook her up, especially when she saw a bunch of dead rabbits on the road, and one that was barely alive. The stress and emotions got to her, and she ended up in tears. She admitted that while it might not sound like a big deal to others, it was really scary for her in the moment. Ugur Haliloglu's YouTube channel is a peaceful retreat featuring detailed camping footage, serene nature, and family moments. Together with his wife, Sisan, Ugur has spent over 10 years exploring remote forests and sleeping under the stars. Their videos focus on tranquility rather than excitement, until this trip, when things changed. The trip began like many others, slow, intentional, and connected to nature. They found a secluded clearing deep in the wilderness, with just a tree line, open sky, and their off-road camper van, an ideal spot to disconnect. As night fell, everything seemed normal. The fire crackled softly, grilled vegetables smelled in the air, and Ugur and Sisan prepared dinner, swatting mosquitoes and laughing quietly under the darkening sky. But as night took hold, that calm started to break down.
Of, acı biber.
Sana mı denk geldi?
Uğur şey.
Koş 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 koş.
Uğur aç kapıyı.
Geç karına.
Geç 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 geç. Duydun değil mi?
Duydum dur.
While they were adjusting their mosquito netting, engaged in conversation, and somewhat distracted, a sudden, sharp, loud crack shattered the quiet, coming from just beyond the trees behind them. Sasan startled, and Ugur froze. Instinctively, they abandoned everything and hurried into their camper van. The earlier laughter disappeared, replaced by a rush of urgency and adrenaline. Whatever made the noise had gone silent. No footsteps, no breathing, no rustling, only stillness remained.
Uğur çok korkuyorum.
Kimsin?
Uğur uzaklaşma.
Ses ver.
Uğur lütfen içeri gel.
Tamam toplayayım şuraya da geleyim aşkım.
Yaklaşıyor gibi Uğur.
Yok aşkım be. Kaçtı o. Neyse.
They thought it might have been a wild animal, a bear perhaps, but the sound didn't resemble something crashing through the woods. It felt deliberate, intentional, and present. Still inside, they whispered guesses, trying to calm their fear. Hours passed, but whatever had scared them never came back. They barely slept. When morning came, gray, wet, and heavy, it felt more like a truce than relief. What do you think? Was it just a coincidence, or something more lurking in the North Georgia woods? Let us know in the comments. In this chilling video from Nowhere Bound, Mike heads out to explore a haunted tunnel in West Virginia, an area so notorious that even the state's official website recognizes its ghostly reputation. Equipped with an EMF detector to sense unseen energy, he's joined by his intuitive dog, Juniper and Gina, who is known for drawing unusual experiences. They hope that Gina's shiny stones will attract the attention of a female spirit said to haunt the tunnel.
Juniper's fine. She probably smells horses. Do you have any drips on your head yet?
Yep.
I'm sure that's worse after a rain.
Yeah. So this is saying 0.
Okay. My recorder's been going. Wow. Further we go, the darker it's getting, and it's very creepy in here. Juniper's fine.
Yep.
Hey. Juniper. She can't see it. Sorry. I just kicked her. Where are you, puppy?
Juniper.
Wait, let me get my phone flashlight.
Juniper.
This isn't good. Very creepy in here. Juniper's fine.
Yep.
Hey. Juniper. She can't see it. Sorry. I just kicked her. Where are you, puppy?
Juniper.
Wait, let me get my phone flashlight.
Juniper.
This isn't good.
Oh, she's right here. I thought maybe she hightailed to the other end, like, counts.
She's fine. There's a lack of graffiti in here, which is a nice thing to see, actually. A lot of tunnels are just covered in graffiti, and this has none. So please keep up that trend, people. If you're coming out here, do not defile it. Just keep it the way it is.
Leave no trace.
This is history. Nothing on the EMF?
That's from your phone. Has to be right on the front of it.
Yeah. Try putting it up to one of these doorways when...
Yeah, I've been putting it kind of up to the wall, and there's nothing.
Their ghost hunt ends abruptly when other visitors show up. Mike intends to review the footage later, hoping to find any unexplained activity. The video concludes with an open question, suggesting that their strange encounters could persist even beyond the primary haunted location. Joseph A. Couch was wanted for a highway shooting in Kentucky, so the cops started a huge manhunt. A couple from the YouTube channel Hatfield McCoy went after the $35,000 reward, acting like bounty hunters and filming the whole thing for their channel.
And we're back at exit 49. I don't know if you can see right over there in that tree. Look here, show these 2, 3 here.
Wonder if I can zoom in on live.
We have followed.
Look.
There's about 8 or 10 vultures right there, and over here's another 6 or 8. They're over there with the wings spread. One of them come up a while ago with something in his mouth. So in this area right here,
yeah,
we are.
See, there's 3.
We are in. Just wait. They'll light. They're getting ready to light and go down again. They go down and get them back, and they come back.
See, there's 4.
Let's watch where they light. There's 4 there, but look over there with their wings all spread out, hanging in that tree. Guys, it may be nothing more than an animal. You got anybody on there yet?
I don't know. Welcome to the chat. It says, letting everybody know, but I don't see. I'm trying to look to see if I can find. There's where they were, guys.
They're still there. They're in that tree, huh?
Yeah. I was looking for the...
Straight down.
Okay, he said, y'all look down here.
Okay.
He said he's getting a big smell back there. So, ooh, guys. Who knows? Right here's where I smelled it at, around these...
Yeah, right here on this knoll.
Yeah, right here around these trees. Yeah. Country girl will survive. I don't know about the film, but...
It might just be an animal. We're hoping not.
I don't smell it now, baby. But man, it was strong. So it has to be up in this hollow here. Has to be down through here. Because the, which, that's what I'm, oh. You found him? Oh, my Lanta. I'm coming. Oh, my Lanta, you found him?
He's deteriorated.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. Ow, sticker bars. Oh, gosh, look. Oh, gross.
After an 11-day manhunt, he was found dead in the woods. He'd taken his own life. The couple who followed the vultures ended up finding him. Sadly, he wasn't alive, but the community could breathe easier knowing he was no longer a threat. NBC News reported he had texted a woman before the shooting, hinting he planned to hurt others and then himself. This video comes from TikTok user Worm Watson, who shares his motorcycle adventures, many deep in the woods. This time, things got a bit creepy. He was riding through a forest in Vancouver, Canada, when he heard strange noises. He stopped to listen, and suddenly the forest went completely silent. Out there, silence like that often means a predator might be nearby, and it's usually a sign to get out of there.
Dude, I just heard somebody yell something. Hello?
got real spooky real quick in here.
After sharing the video, many viewers suggested he return, and he did. But this time, things took a turn for the worse. Riding through the same area, he heard the strange sounds again, and suddenly his bike lost power.
This trail is so fun. It's probably my favorite trail ever. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? Oh, dude! My chain fell off. Heck. My frickin' chain, dude. Yo, what the? Hello? Yo, we're gonna get out of here. Yo, my freaking chain, man. Dude, what the hell? Get out of here, man. I'm done with these woods.
Once he got out of the woods, he never returned. The sounds were likely from an animal, but the fact that they kept happening every time he went back was super creepy. That place just gave off a weird vibe, and honestly, if you ever feel the way Watson did in this video, it's best to just get out. While staying in the Appalachian Mountains, a woman was jolted awake by a sudden noise outside and got up to investigate. The porch was empty and no one was in sight. Yet, as she began to walk away, the sound happened once more. What was happening? Was someone playing a prank, or could it have been something paranormal? Thomas loves the wilderness, and his channel is all about outdoor adventures. He usually heads deep into the forest to camp with his dog, and has had a few strange encounters before. This time, though, he decided to do something different. Spend the night in the forest completely alone.
What I need to do, and I've said this a few times recently, is build up this tolerance to camping, where I know that I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I know I'm not going to get freaked out by the sounds in the night. This is a perfect spot, by the way. This is literally a perfect spot. The car's just there. A bit lame, but this is a good spot. Yeah, I've got to build up that tolerance. I've got to get used to the sounds of the woodland in the night, and knowing that I'm in a safe place, that I have permission to be in, is going to help with that, for sure.
He finally found the ideal spot and began setting up camp. Once everything was ready, he cooked a meal and, after finishing, started a live stream. But by then, night had already fallen.
A good hour or so of chatting to the live stream, but I think it's time to head into bed and hunker down. It's 20 to 10. See you later, guys. Cheers for watching.
After wrapping up the live stream, he started getting ready for bed. But that's when the creepy sounds began.
Just what I wanted. Monk chat going crazy. I'm chilling out though. I'm glad that I caught that sort of moment of doubt on camera. It's very hot. I'm gonna stick it out. That would be a terribly freaky noise if I didn't know what it was.
The sounds didn't stop. They continued all night, and the worst part was they kept getting closer and louder. The sounds eventually became so loud and constant that he couldn't handle it anymore. He decided it was best to pack up, grab his gear, and head home. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.